if you don't recognize this airboat, it's because it was released probably 20 years ago. And I bought this thing because my parents used to live on some acreage and we used to do irrigation. And this thing was just perfect to rip along the irrigation. Super fun to drive. But since moving out of my parents, getting my own place, I don't really have a use for this thing until these past couple of days. It's been raining pretty good in Arizona, and we've got some standing water in some of our parks around the neighborhood. So I figure, what better idea to pull this off of the shelf, upgrade some of the electronics, and then go ripping around in the park. My buddy has 3D printed his own airboat, and he may meet up with me today to go ripping around the park. I also have I mean, it's kind of junky because I just use it to crash and everything, but I put some floats on my RC airplane, and I may go and fly that as well. All right, well, I'm going to start tearing this thing down, and then I got to 3D print a new motor mount, put the cage back together. It needs some love, and I don't know if I need to fix anything else. Definitely upgrade the electronics. I don't know if this needs to be weatherproof. Maybe I'll just seal the electronics with a bag or something and to keep the water out. I don't know why I thought I would have to 3D print something. I guess just because I thought it was old technology. But if you look, it's kind of hard to see, but the screw holes, if I can find them, line up. So I'll be able to mount that right to there. Alright, so I was just doing some fitment testing for this propeller that I want to use. I don't want to use this, I can't use this old propeller because it's designed to clamp around a shaft, whereas these new motors, it just takes a propeller that screws on with the nut on the front. I can downsize the propeller a little bit, but I don't know if I want to. I'll have to rerun some calculations to make sure that this will still work. But I also have to mount this motor on top. It was mounted below, but you can see if it's not mounted up high enough, it's just going to want to hit this bar down here. So I'll see if I can drop down the propeller size. Then I could still use the cage. At this point, I can't use the cage because the propeller's too big. Anyways, so after messing around with the propeller, the 6-inch just going to be too long, and I have to change its position. So I don't like that. And then I don't get to use the cage, so it kind of throws the whole look of it off, kind of makes it look cheesy. So I found a 5x4-inch propeller, and I'm going to use that instead. It clears everything. Those will be out of the way. And then another good thing is that I can still use the blade guard, even though you can stick your finger in there. Alright, I just got done soldering up all the wires for the motor, and now I want to just bench test it before I get too far. That's in, that's out. Put it the right way. Oh, there we go. Spinning the wrong way though, so let's flip two of these wires and see if it goes the right way now. I think that's the right way. We'll just put a bigger one than that. Okay, pliers it is. Should grab the right pliers. If I'm gonna do it wrong, I might as well do it right. Alright, maybe I do need to make it tight. It's tighter. And get the cords out of the way. That'll work. Awesome. Awesome. Now I'll start to button everything up, and that's pretty easy. It's just assembling everything back together, and yeah, it's basically ready. Started to plug in the electronics and everything, just trying to figure that out. Figured it out, and apparently with these airplane type brushless speed controllers, which is what I'm using in this because I don't really need brakes or reverse. Reverse would be nice because then I could stop, but anyways, it requires setting up the speed controller differently, but I wasn't able to get it working. So when you plug this in, it's trying to look for that 0, and no, oh, now it's actually working. Anyways, before it just plugged in and worked, you had to learn the full throttle and the 0. So I just had to hold the throttle all the way down. I'll unplug this so it's safe. Pretty bad. So you hold it all the way down, then plug the speed controller in. It realizes where 100% is, then you let off your throttle and it sets it. And then now it has a memory of where the throttle is every time I plug it in. But the other thing that I noticed, and that's nice that that just works now. I don't have to set it every time. But the steering, which is not plugged in, but when I did plug the steering in, the servo's fried. So still using just like a 9-gram airplane servo. Gonna get that swapped out and then finish assembling everything, and then let's go ahead and give her one final test. Battery just gets right in. I'd say that works pretty well. That was probably like 20% throttle right there. Alright, so it's a little bit windy today, so I don't know if it'll be good flying, but we can at least test out. Alright, so at this point it was doing really well, but I had attached a GoPro kind of sketchy to it, and I had tethered it down, but the problem is it just became an anchor and it would only go in circles, so I had to fight the boat. It's off camera now, but I had to fight the boat to like turn in a circle and then turn all the way left and then turn in a circle and then turn all the way left.